If you want to take your Spanish comprehension from textbook to practical, you need to train your ears to get used to a wide variety of accents, because not every sound is produced the way that we learn is standard. This includes the R or R sounds. So the tapped or the trilled R, as in tres or corro or rojo, those sounds are what are considered standard. But if you listen to Spanish speakers from a wide variety of places, there's a surprisingly wide variety in the way that these two sounds can show up. I still recommend that you learn how to tap and trill your R's, as in tres or corro, but this video will help you tune your ears so that you can understand more speakers from more places. The first sound is the one that I've heard from the most Spanish speakers from the most places in the most contexts. And I hear it mostly when an R follows a T, as in tractor, traer, nosotros. And what happens is that this TR sound becomes sort of a ch altogether. So instead of tractor, traer, or nosotros, we get tractor, chaer, nosotros. Listen to these examples and see if you hear what I mean.
Uno de los principales ejes de la actual administración.
Tenemos nuestra propia danza, nuestra propia música, nuestra propia danza, nuestra propia danza, nuestra propia...
Nosotros tenemos un mensaje muy claro para el mundo. Nosotros.
This and the other examples that you're going to hear can be more or less widespread and have different connotations and different levels of acceptance depending on where you go and who you're speaking with. Again, the goal here is to train your ear first and foremost. The next sound is kind of related to the previous one, and it's most emblematic of Spanish from the Andes region in South America. But you can also hear different versions of it in other areas of the world. What happens here is that the R doesn't quite vibrate in the same way, and instead a little pocket of air stays between the tongue and the roof of the mouth, and so you get sort of a motor or like a buzzy noise. So this can vary just a little bit depending on where you are and who you're speaking with. But listen to these examples and check it out.
Siempre me gustaba jugar, incluso de niño, con barro, haciendo pequeñas ciudadelas donde hacía carreteras, construyendo con barro, hacía carreteras con barro, hacía carreteras.
Para la Cruz Roja, para la Cruz Roja, para la Cruz Roja. Es mucho más rápido para nosotros. Es mucho más rápido. Es mucho más rápido. Quería romper ese reto, que quería demostrar que sí. Quería romper ese reto, que quería romper ese reto.
So as you can hear, there's some variety in the way that this sound shows up, but it's worth being aware of so that you can understand it when you hear it. The next R alternative is probably the most well-known, and it is very characteristic of the Caribbean, in particular Puerto Rico. And what happens in this sound is that the R converts into a sort of L sound when it is at the end of some words or at the end of some syllables, in particular before certain consonants. So in this case, we can get Puerto Rico or hablar instead of Puerto Rico or hablar. Check out these examples.
Mucha gente se pierde al no explorar y hablar bien de sus propios países. Explorar y hablar bien. Explorar y hablar bien.
Hay lugares que uno puede visitar y
recolectando datos sobre el comportamiento de los macacos rezos. Yo me vuelvo parte de su grupo.
This last sound is characteristic of Costa Rica, and as far as I know, it only exists there. Like the other sounds, not everybody in Costa Rica does this. Plenty of people there also do the standard R. But this particular sound is pretty unique, and some people say it's got a bit of English in it. Take a listen and see what you think.
Y ayudan como a capturarla y luego a filtrarla y luego hace que capturarla y luego a filtrarla, y luego a filtrarla.
Que tiene mi gobierno y que creo que debemos tener en este programa. Que tiene mi gobierno Arreglemos los problemas que hacen que la gente quiera salir de sus países. Arreglémoslos.
So notice how there really isn't much trilling or vibration, and it really takes on a different sound than what we are used to. One of the best things that you can do to make your Spanish more versatile is to listen to Spanish from a wide variety of places and train your ear to get used to those different sounds and those different accents. For the purposes of your own clarity in your own speech, I recommend focusing on the standard versions of most sounds. And in the case of the R, it is the tapped or the trilled ere, R as in tres or corro. And if you're struggling to produce that sound or you can't always do it in certain situations, this video might help. It's not easy or instant, but if you check out the comments, you'll see that it has helped a lot of people so far.